the anger in the person, I tried to disengage. I tried to de-escalate, but this person attacked me anyway. Or I'm fighting him and I see other people coming. And I believe, reasonably, that they're with him and that they're going to continue to do pain to me or attack me. In that circumstance, I might go after his eyes and try to gouge his eyes. That might get my opponent to move, which will allow me to get back to my feet and me to disengage. Those are all things we think about. Maybe someone's fighting with me and someone else is grabbing my child and beginning to drag them away from me. At that point, it's going to be reasonable for me to do serious bodily harm to the individual I'm dealing with so that I can get over to protect my own child. Those are things that are going to be extenuating factors that you need to think of. Just because you get into a street altercation doesn't mean you can throw punch dudes, poke their eyes out, and then after they're unconscious. Sometimes I've seen guys training where they do some kind of karate restraint and then the guy's unconscious and then they start stomping on him. Well, that guy's no longer a threat to you. He's not awake. To continue to stomp on him is going to be hard to justify. So keep those things in mind. I want to dominate and win the physical fight, but there's also an emotional fight, there's a criminal fight, there's a civil fight. All these things are also looming around this incident, and I want to be sure I have success in all of them. So to do that, you're going to need to be reasonable. We're not against you using extreme measures to defend yourself. In fact, we're going to do other DVDs where those very measures may come into play, but we didn't focus on them here. Even if I can eye gouge, if I don't have the ability to escape the position, and I eye gouge or I bite somebody, don't be surprised if that person decides to eye gouge or bite you back. If I bite a guy once and then I don't escape, but he moves and then he reacquires that dominant position, and then he holds me down and he bites me 17 times. Or I hit a guy in the groin and he moves a little bit, but then he holds me down and he punches me in the groin repeatedly. These things could be issues for me. So keep that in mind. As we wrap this up, you might be saying to yourself, I love the DVD. I'm not a big combatives enthusiast. I do want to train, but I don't necessarily belong to a gym or train every day. How could I become proficient at these things? What's the path that I could go on to become proficient? And we have a couple theories there. One is that you need to train a little, a lot. And that could be with a friend. That could be at an MMA or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. I would strongly encourage, if you have an interest in this area and you've enjoyed the things on this DVD, that you consider joining a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, an MMA gym, a boxing, someplace that offers combatives in many ranges. We're going to punch, kick, hit, do takedowns. We're going to do groundwork. Those kind of places, even though they're sporting based, are still going to give you the tools to success. You're going to learn how to deal with pressure. You're going to learn how to move your hips. You're going to learn how to get in and out of bad positions. You're going to learn how to control your adversary, which will give you many options in that fight, where you can disengage, you can stay there. All those things are going to come through regular training. Training a little, a lot. Training 2 to 3 times a week. Another option that we teach, or a formula that we teach, is C over T equals R. C stands for consistency. Over time will give you a result. That's R. If you practice C over T plus R or equals R in your day-to-day life and in your training schedule, you're going to get better over time. Now here's the bad side of that equation. If consistently over time you don't train, you're not going to improve. And in fact, you might even slide or get worse. So whatever you consistently do over time will give you a result. So don't worry about it if you're not where you want to be now. Work towards that result, training a little, a lot, consistently over time. You'll get that desired result and you'll become more proficient over time. Those efforts sustained will give you that result. Good luck, train hard,